Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Now, in the last World of Tanks video, I showcased myself playing the mouse. Absolutely brilliant tank, I love it so much. It's just so sturdy, its gun is actually quite decent, even though it's been nerfed millions of times in the last couple of years. But today we are watching the mouse's bigger brother, which just feels weird even saying that. Mouse bigger brother, the mouse is the big brother, but no, we are watching Fake Stoper play in the tier 11 German ultra heavy tank, the Taschenratte, and he is playing along with a couple of teammates, friends in the Taschenratte as well. It's a 3-man Taschenratte platoon. Now, we're going to see a weird start to this replay, but then moving on, it's just going to get better and better. Now, fixed up over here with his allies over here in a weird spot at the start of the game. Now, you don't really want to see this if you're, any other tank on the team over here. Your free tier 11 heavy tanks just camping base and pretty much just out of the battle, not doing absolutely anything right at the start. I mean, maybe you're going to get a shot at the Ares 90 over there, but you're pretty much waiting for the enemies to go around the south, start flanking the E100, the T10, the Ares 90, and then you're going to get into some action. So I don't condone this kind of behavior, I guess you could call it, in the game. It's just not really nice. I guess you're setting yourself up for a good battle, especially if you're in a platoon with two others, and all being tier 11s. I mean, you're gonna fight off quite a lot, and the Stritzvog is pointing out, look at the idiots. I mean, I have to agree slightly. Fixed up Steam is already down 3 kills and 3,500 damage. I mean, not really what you want to be doing in your top tier tanks. Just camping base. But is it going to work out for Fake Stopper? I guess we are going to see. You can already see that Stritzvog, I'm pretty sure the same one, falling back now. The south is pretty much just gone. There's no one over there. And the north of there has been lost as well. They lost a BZ-70 over there, Stritzvog 1030. The Type 4 luckily has fallen back, and still has all of his hit points remaining. Now, this place where Fake Stopper is used to be more powerful, I think, or at least I'd say so, because basically the only way the enemies could advance is, pretty much just go hold down behind this kind of rock you see in the center of the screen over there. I guess I can put with that the cursor, but yeah, that rock over there. But now that rock, and then if you got lucky, you could go across, and there was like some places to hide over there. But now you can just cross over there. It is still risky, but you can cross, and then you can just go hold down on the right side of there, which is a nice change for the attacking team. But for the defending team, it does make it slightly more tricky. Now the Taschenratte, it's slow. It is slightly faster than the mouse, I'm pretty sure, though. It has just ginormous armor on the front, even the side and even the rear, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's not amazing. You don't want to get shot at the rear, but I mean, some tanks don't have that much at the front that you have at the rear. A very nice gun that deals 520 hit points of damage, so a little step up above the mouse, and 330 penetration on the heat rounds. Now, that is actually quite nice, because the mouse has some fairly lackluster APCR rounds, which, I don't know, I think it's like 290 average. It's not really that much. It's just, you'd want more, but you don't. Then, of course, the special ability for the Taschenratte is the kind of two dual little auxiliary guns, which can fire. They do only fire high explosive rounds, so it's basically kind of mostly used for tracking and maybe taking out, you know, stuff, you know, this young big, if they're not left on 170 hit points, you know, you probably could take down with 2 shells from the high explosive rounds. Now, Fake Stopper's team do find themselves in a really tricky situation now. 5 versus, what is that, 12? So, not looking that good. And the Ares is pretty much done for as well. The Type 5, I mean, as he's climbing the hill probably to help the Ares, but just too little too late. And now it's up to Fake Stopper and his teammates in the Taschenratters to basically see if, you know, camping base at the start for the first 5 minutes of the game was worth it. Now, Fake Stopper has taken a couple rounds already from the E4 and the BZ70. And they are, I mean, even though they've taken, you know, nearly, what was that, 1,600 damage, they still have over 2,000 hit points left. The Taschenratter is really beefy, but, I mean, you do also need to angle your armor well in order to, you know, bounce those shells. 2 shells going through the lower plate over here. Now, of course, a weak point. The cheeks as well, this kind of outer cheek is a weak point, but you do need to have quite a lot of penetration in order to do that. I guess this kind of, I mean, isn't there really a weak point up here? I'm not really too sure. I don't think so. But the side, of course, if you get it, you know, flat on, it's a weak point, and then the back as well. But yes, the Schritzfog is laughing that they can't pen the E3. I think they mean the E4 over here, but yes. What can Fake Stopper do? Up to 2,000 damage already and 1,000 damage blocked. They are doing the right thing with rushing one flank, completely taking that flank out. Then they can go in, focus back towards the cap circle. And it already looks way better. That BZ T70 taken out, that E4 taken out, this Stritzvog, oh no, is that Stritzvog going to be taken out? No, the E4 is going to get a nice shot in though, whilst Fake bounces the Type 4 himself. But oh, you really have to angle your arm a little bit better over here, Fake. I mean, it does have beefy armor, but you still need to know what you're doing. It's the same with the mouse. It has, you know, some of the best armor in the game, but you do still have to angle it well and play with your brain, because if you don't, if you just go and thinking, oh, I'm a mouse, I can bounce everything, you are just going to get taken out fairly easily. You do have to know what you're doing, angle your armor, you know, focus in on the right opponent at the right time, and then you can actually get some good stuff going. Now, of course, over here, you know, 3 Taschenratters all together, that is just, you know, 1 is already nice, but having 3, and, you know, over Discord as well, you know, saying, oh, you know, let's focus him, let's focus that tank, really, really nice over here. Using heat rounds, but I mean, it is tier 11, so, you know, that's just basically standard. It does... So some of these shells have been poorly aimed, I'm just going to say. I mean, still, you know, 4,000 damage already with 3 tanks left to go. So they've already, you know, swung this game around massively. Not really sure what that Taschenratter is doing over there. I guess just trying to maybe, you know, take out that Taschenratter, you know, take out the enemy team, or I guess the allied team over here as quickly as possible. I think what the Taschenratter, the Jagdpanzer should have done is, if they seen pretty much everyone get annihilated, probably just fall back to like this rock over here and just, you know, hope to put in shells, you know, maybe take out Fake first, then P4, then the Type 4. Not really sure. They just kind of are wasting their remaining hit points now, which you don't want, and basically gives Fake his enemy, his friend, P4 and the Type 4 basically time to reload, you know, angle up their armor, then go out, shoot, and then keep on doing that over and over again. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to showcase this replay is because I am fairly close to getting the Tasharat. I think I've probably got around 100,000 experience left, and I really can't wait to play this. I mean, it's just such a very nice tank to have. The mouse is already amazing, but this is basically just a step up above the mouse in every single way. Now, some of these shells, I mean, you probably could have been up to about 6,000 damage already by this point, Fake. Some really just sloppy shells like that. I mean, you could have just aimed that Jagdpanzer was aiming at the Type 4. So, you know, just take some time. Come on. There we go. That's what you should have done before. Just aim in, calm down. Actually setting the Jagdpanzer on fire with, I'm pretty sure, the auxiliary guns. So that's actually a fairly useful feature over there for him. Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure that's one of the shells fired. That's the normal shell. And then that is the other auxiliary shell going in, penetrating and setting alight the Jagdpanzer E100. Now, it was looking very good a couple of moments ago. It was a 4 versus 3, I'm pretty sure, at one point. But then the first Tasharata got taken out from the push. I mean, the Jagdpanzer 100 and the Tasharat have fallen back, done the right thing. The Type 4 got taken out. Now P4 got taken out, and the other Tasharata just getting a little bit too far ahead of themselves, I think. You know, thinking, oh, 4 against 3, 3 against 3, you know, still looking good. They do have an artillery, so it's only you know, 4 against 2, 3 against 2, 2 against 2. Now it's 1 against 2, pretty much against 3 as well. But I'm pretty sure from what I've been seeing that enemy GW Tiger is, I'm pretty sure, in base near that H8 area. So they are going to be getting shells in currently. But Fake is going to have to look out for that. But because, you know, just going to have to move. I'm actually going to pause it. Can we see where that artillery shell is coming from? They actually have moved. Actually, could they have moved? They're probably just sitting behind the cap circle now. But they have moved. Maybe, you know, they have just reloaded, stopped to take a shell in at Fake, and are eventually going to move closer to the H5-6 area to get better shells in from that kind of an area over there. But for now, Fake has to calm down. Maybe not waste those high explosive shells for pretty much no reason. There you go. Finally use the armor well. Bounce the Tasharata. And let's see if they can finally, you know, focus in their shell and penetrate the Tasharata. There we go. The Tasharata penetrates 1 high explosive shell. Bounces his main shell with APCR. So maybe the Tasharata is saving some money, or most likely already has fired all of his heat rounds in this game and has only left the high explosive, the APCR rounds left, and none of the high explosive anti-tank rounds left. Now, I'm pretty sure, was that a high explosive round from the GW Tiger from there? I'm not really too sure. I wasn't really paying attention. But the Tasharata bounces once again, and Fake bounces once again as well. You really have to just slow down, focus in. There you go. That was a nice shell to the superstructure of the Jagdpanzer 100. That was always going to pretty much go through with 350 millimeters of heat. There you go. Really nice shell towards the side of the Tasharata, really over-angling over there. The Tasharata. Now, you do have to really watch out with this tank because you can over-angle as you could in the mouse. You really have to find that perfect balance of where you want to kind of have your hull angled and your turret angled as well. Now, I wouldn't know, but I'm guessing it's probably similar to the mouse. I mean, if you're, you know, if you're just front on without any, you know, bushes or rocks blocking your tank, you probably want your hull to be somewhere like this, just so your side's still really good and your lower plate is still fairly decent, and your turret probably something like this as well, so your side's still good and these kind of cheeks are, you know, good enough to be able to bounce off. But probably, you know, if you over angle, it probably opens up this kind of mantlet from the side to get penetrated, or at least it looks like it. I haven't actually looked at the armor model, but it does look like if you do angle a bit too much, you know, first of all, your side of the turret is going to be exposed. Then this kind of part is exposed as well, maybe. Not really too sure. But there you go. Taking out the Jagdpanzer 100, taking out the Tashratta. Now, if they played more sensibly, they definitely could have taken out Fake over here. Some sloppy shells from pretty much everyone the last couple of minutes. But now, all that's left is for Fake to find the the GW Tiger. So down the bridge, up the bridge the other side. Let's speed things up. They are going a risky way over here. What I would have done is probably, you know, gone around up the bridge and straight towards the cap circle to try and cap, or, you know, up here and try and cap as well. But going around here, if the GW Tiger has thought that that Fake has moved towards his cap circle, he could have easily gone around the middle, or, you know, all the way around south into Fake's cap circle. If he goes in a couple seconds before Fake does, of course he's going to cap out before Fake is able to. And actually thinking about it before, Fake should have seen how much time he has left and that he isn't going to cap. So if the GW Tiger started capping now, which he would have been able to cap out anyways, Fake isn't going to have enough time to get back to the cap circle. So as you can see over here, goes in, 56 seconds left. I'm pretty sure it was 1:16 left to cap out. So you're not going to have enough time. Luckily, the GW Tiger probably thought that Fake, or at least probably saw Fake going down the middle, going down the bridge, then probably thought that he was going to go up the bridge and around, and hoping to do 531 damage to the Tashratta. Probably not going to happen, maybe from the back, but yeah, from the front, probably low 200, 300, 400 damage max. That's all that tank would have been able to do. But of course saw that the cap circle was lit up, so turned around, at least put in a valiant effort to try and take out Fake. But Fake takes out 5 kills, 9,000 damage and 5,000 damage blocked in a pretty cheeky game, but at least they won it for their team. But, you know, not the best positioning at the start. So looking at the post-game screen, an ace tanker, of course, for, you know, so much damage pretty early on of the release of the Tashratta. Not really, it's been a couple of months now, but still, you know, not a lot of people have the tier 11s. A defender, a crucial contribution, a steel wall, and a high caliber for that 9,000 with the 5 kills and 1,500 base experience, and actually making some credits with a personal reserves bonus, pretty much doing all the heavy lifting. Otherwise would pretty much just be breaking even in the Tashratta. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.